foreman with an insatiable appetite for rebounds. Carlos Boozer and the Chicago Bulls go up against the Los Angeles Lakers and their franchise player number 24, a perpetual all-star, Kobe Bryant. Chicago, Los Angeles, NBA action.
It's the Chicago Bulls taking on the Los Angeles Lakers. 2K Sports and the NBA welcomes you. To our broadcast. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg. You know, for these Bulls last season, Clark, they had some drama in the locker room, maybe people not seeing eye to eye in the front office and on the coaching staff.
Yeah, they certainly did. I would call it front office friction.
Yeah.
But yet, despite that, Kevin, good young talent. So whoever steps into that situation has something to work with.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. Derrick Rose and Ronnie Brewer in the backcourt. Carlos Boozer and Joakim Noah, they're inside. And dang. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Thanks, Kevin. I briefly spoke with Tom Thibodeau. There's obviously one player on his mind in this matchup, and it's Kobe Bryant. He asked me, what more can you say about him that hasn't already been said? And went on to say, just look at all the rings he has on his fingers. That tells you all you need to know about Kobe Bryant. Kevin?
And thank you, Doris. Getting back to what you were talking about, despite all the front office turmoil with Derrick Rose at the helm, the future does look bright for this Chicago team.
Well, not only Rose, I mean, you talk about Joakim Noah, you look at Luol Deng, he's in his prime, Taj Gibson, an impressive first-year player, so the Bulls have an awful lot of material to work with.
Kobe Bryant, one of the true superstars of the NBA.
And he's been at this for a long time, Kevin. I mean, named by multiple sporting news organizations as the NBA Player of the Decade from 2000 to 2009.
What an honor.
A tremendous honor and well-deserved.
Gasol, no good on the free throw. Looking at these Lakers, Clark, I remember a quote where Kobe Bryant said about Gasol, he comes off as laid back, but he's got a killer instinct deep inside.
Yeah, he's a very competitive player, but because he's cerebral, he gives the appearance as though he's not competitive, but he's a real worker.
And Clark, playing alongside Kobe can only help Gasol to develop that killer instinct.
I certainly agree with you there, Kevin. Kobe's competitive nature, his driving fire, rubs off on everybody that he's around. And you think about Gasol, you can see evidence of that making him a different and better player.
That's a good point.
You got to expect more out of him here. He's had a lot of difficulty this quarter, which in turn is making it difficult for them to cut into this deficit at all.
Deflects the pass.
Great jump on the dump inside.
Noah in the post. He's guarded by Bynum. Rose passes to Boozer. Easy shot. Rebound by Ron Artest.
With that, they find themselves missing on 4 of their first 5 shot attempts. That's not a good start. Actually, it's a bad start for them.
Here's Kobe. Kept alive. The second effort. Offside Gasol. Takes it up. No good. They couldn't make good on the 2 offensive rebounds. Outside, Kobe. Kobe can't get that one to fall.
He's not giving an inch on defense. He really bothered that shot.
Pass to Dang. Picked up by Artest. Kept alive to end the drought. And Boozer throws it down.
That's why he's got the reputation as one of the NBA's great rebounders. Because of putbacks like that.
Well, that's what we've become accustomed to when he gets in position under the glass like that. Artest on the wing, covered by Brewer.
He has almost supernatural bouncing ability. He can bounce right out of the building.
Only a handful of players have that kind of athleticism, Clark. Looking at this Laker team along with Dallas, LA had the best record against the East of all the Western Conference teams.
And Kevin, not surprisingly, those were your top 2 seeds in the West when the regular season came to an end.
Kobe can't get that one to fall. Here's Boozer. Some solid defense from Gasol. Lakers leading by 4. And now our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, has some info for us. Doris, take it away.
Well, Kevin, the Lakers limped down the stretch in last year's regular season. The wise Derek Fisher said they might have gotten ahead of themselves. He said all season it's been about repeating as champions. At times, the natural adrenaline that comes from playing in big games, the passion, hasn't been there for us. Fortunately, the challenge of the playoffs awakened their competitive fire, and they were able to earn another title. Guys?
They sure did finish strong, dialing it up when it mattered most. Thanks, Doris. Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Matt Barnes is checked in for Bynum. Blake comes in for Kobe. And Derek Fisher is subbed in for Lamar Odom. Making a switch here, the Bulls. And the Lakers have possession. Carlos Boozer unable to get his shot to go. Scooped up. Here's Artest. It's off.
Well, he doesn't have the softest touch. And with the D right in his face, that made all the difference.
Here's Boozer. And again, Chicago. No good. The Lakers in the lead. The 3. Artest. Good. Artest's got 5 points so far.
Got an open look out there in transition and did not hesitate. That's a nice shot.
And here's Korver from the arc. Scooped up. They need this. And that one's good by Noah.
Snares the offensive rebound, then sends it home.
And Artest backs down with 4 seconds on the clock. And there's Steve Blake on the assist by Artest.
That's exactly the way you practice it. Hit the open man for the great look.
And here's Korver from the arc. And that's not going to go. That's going to do it for the first quarter. Lakers on top. Up 6. Now the second quarter about to start. Here's Rose. So with Gasol on the bench, this is Phil Jackson's lineup. Odom plays the... four with Bynum at the center. Steve Blake is out there with Derek Fisher and Barnes.
I think it's safe to say that that'll be the dunk of the night, Kevin.
Well, who doesn't love to see that kind of finish?
We all do.
Here's Odom. Shot misses. Now Chicago takes it the other way. Thinking about this Bulls team knocked out by Cleveland in round 1. Joakim Noah said he wanted the Cavs, but maybe bit off a little bit more than he could chew in that statement.
Well, you know what? It wasn't for lack of effort on his part. I thought he produced at a high level. The Bulls just need to mature a little bit and add an inside scoring presence to be able to challenge the Cavs.
Now here's Rose. 6 points for him. Corver. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Derrick Rose upped his scoring last season, Clark, to almost 21 points a game, all the while keeping his assist totals very steady.
I think the greatest part of his game as a guard is his scoring ability, and the Bulls needed him to score more because Ben Gordon left through free agency.
That's a good point. Bynum. It's blocked. He stays with it. Dives for it. There's the buzzer, and that's a shot clock violation. Kobe's checked in for the Lakers. Bulls trail by 3. Oh, and the jam by Rose. Clark, talk about Derrick Rose as a scorer. Where is he best, and where does he have room to grow?
Right now, Kevin, his best attribute is his ability to get to the basket and finish. Although he has a much improved jump shot, I think he needs to add three-point range to be really a potent offensive player. You have to block this guy out, Kevin. He's just too active on the boards to be left alone.
Dismissed. Lakers leading by 3. Rose hits the whistle for blocking. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Tried to beat his man to the spot, but I think he got there a tad late. Good call by the official.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. Let's go to our great sideline reporter, Doris Burke, for an update. Doris?
Guys, Pau Gasol's so gifted, but Kobe Bryant said, I get on him a lot because I don't want him to be comfortable just being a great player. I think he can be even better. He has so much talent. Offensively and defensively, he can do so many things. I want to see him take another step. When asked about who his favorite player in the NBA was, Kobe's response, guys, Pau Gasol.
They've become a terrific tandem. Thanks, Doris.
Looks like they switched to man, D, here.
Noah, he's guarded by Bynum. That's a 2 from Corver. Barnes snatches it inside.
Really not enough defensive pressure there to force that miss. He's got to be disappointed.
Fisher. Nice D from Dang. Bulls trail by 5. Tipped. On the wing, Kobe. He's covered by Dang. Pass to Bynum. And Fisher kicks to Bryant. He's picked up by Dang. 4 on the shot clock. Over Brewer. Again, the miss by Kobe.
He continues to struggle from the field. But luckily for him and his team, his teammates have been able to pick him up and get the job done.
And 2 free throws coming up as the whistle blows. He barely missed that one. First free throw is good. Derrick Rose battled some injuries last season, a badly sprained ankle, then a sprained wrist.
And despite those injuries, he still made significant improvements in his sophomore campaign, Kevin.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Pau Gasol is checked in for Bynum. Artest comes in for Matt Barnes. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Derek Fisher. Here is Rose. He's got 10. And, of course, Derrick Rose, a first-time All-Star last season.
Yeah, he really was excited to be an All-Star and deserved to be one. The way he led that team, he performed consistently and showed that he's a guy that will be an All-Star at that position for a long time.
Here's Kobe. Good. And the assist goes to Blake. Kobe's got 6.
He's just so gifted offensively. He's a tough guy to match up with.
The question last year, at least one of the questions was, would the Lakers, Clark, still be as successful with swapping out Artest for Trevor Ariza?
And that's a legitimate question because you never know how the dynamics of a team change when you...
And Kobe throws it down.
When he can turn a missed shot into that kind of slam, maybe the miss was a good thing.
Well, and what a lift it gives a team to see that type of play.
Well, he's leading by example. He's actually walking the talk when he makes plays like that.
And the first one drops. The Lakers making a switch here. Barnes is checked in. And Rose drops them both.
When you're trailing and trying to come back, this is a good way of extending the game. When you've got players that have a knack or the ability to draw fouls, when they attack the rim, they typically can get the call and get themselves to the strike.
Right side Rose. Kept alive. With the second effort, Rose can't get that one to fall.
He hasn't been able to get on track here. They'd be smart to hold it now for the last shot. I see him.
Brewer with the steal.
And you look at what they've done, or rather what they haven't done, it's hold on to the ball. They've had 4 turnovers already this quarter. Great D leads to easy offense. Almost picked it off. Still, nice hustle there to deflect the pass out of bounds.
Here's Kobe. Over Korver. And it's Kobe missing.
It's not been a day to remember, but if they get the win, I'm sure being the team player that he is, he'll be fine.
And that concludes the first half.
Well, it's time for the HP halftime show. Some fantastic performances from the...
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway. The game tooth and nail so far through the first half. Bulls trail by 5. So with Boozer on the bench, here's the 5 for Tom Thibodeau right now. Rose and Dang on the floor. Noah is out there with Ronnie Brewer. Here's Noah. Korver, he's covered by Fisher. And Gasol sends it back. Lakers leading by 5. What do you think about Joakim Noah, a player who had received his fair share of criticism prior to last season in Chicago? Clark, people went as far as calling him a bust, but their tune certainly has changed since then.
And you always have to be patient with big players, Kevin, big guys. You got to give them a little more time. You can't be as quick to get down on them, and Joakim Noah has shown he's got a tremendous motor. He's got an excellent basketball IQ. He's an excellent rebounder. I mean, this is a guy that you win with because he brings that intensity and production from that power forward center spot that's valuable for any kind of contending team.
Here's Noah. Rose passes to Dang. Scooped up. Got a piece of it. And Los Angeles turns it over. So it's the Lakers now. Kobe, that's for 2. Hits a quick shot. Kobe's got 12 points in the game. Bulls trail by 9.
The Bulls only had 13 wins against the West last year. They need to make better progress in that area.
Sometimes your style doesn't fit with another conference, and that might be the case with Chicago.
Could possibly be. Excellent point.
You know, Clark, going back to the Bulls against the Western Conference, 17 and 13 the prior to that, 2009. And then they flipped it around.
Yeah, I think they're maturing as a team right now, Kevin. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see them break out and win 20 or more against the West this season.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. And the Bulls making a change here. Boozer's checked in. Here is Rose. He's got 12. He dumps it off. Here's Brewer. Kept alive.
Boy, that basket must be looking mighty small to them right now. They just can't seem to get one to fall.
For 3, Kobe. Kobe can't get that one to fall. Chicago with the ball. 11-point game. Here's Noah. Scooped up.
Well, this is just a putrid start here in the third.
It's Kobe Bryant on the wing, covered by Noah. Kyle Korver. He's checked in for the Bulls. So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. Here's our test. 11-point game. Great finish in traffic. Our test's got 7 points in the game.
We've seen them make 3 of their first 4 shots. That's good shooting to jumpstart them here.
Boozer passes to Dang. Scooped up. The hook. It's Boozer missing.
Hard-nosed battle in the trenches. Defense wins out.
Here's Bynum. That's good on the layup. Great feed for the bucket. Bynum's got his second bucket of the game to go. To stop the drought. Rose, no good.
They can't seem to put the brakes on this run. They desperately need to jumpstart their offense, and soon.
Here's Kobe. It takes a bad bounce and goes out of bounds.
There was a poll taken last season among NBA players asking which players had the best basketball IQ. Guess who came in first? Kobe Bryant.
No surprise there, huh?
None at all.
Here are the Lakers with the ball. They've got a 10-0 run going. Dang against the whistle for blocking. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Fisher. From deep. And Luol Deng pulls it down. And Clark, talk about Kobe's understanding of the game. You know about his skill level, but his awareness on the court really sets him apart.
Yeah, it does, Kevin. I mean, he grew up in a basketball family. His father played in the NBA. Jelly Bean Bryant played for a number of years. So he was always around the game, but he took it to another level in his diligence in studying the game and recapturing and knowing its history.
One thing, Clark, you always know about coming into the Staples Center. This is always a tough venue to come into as a visitor.
Well, without question, 34 wins here for the Lakers last year, Kevin. This is always a tough building to play in because the team that is the home team here is usually pretty good. They've got one of the best players in the history of the league in Kobe Bryant. Oh! Good execution on the break leads to the nice bucket.
He's picked up by Deng. Rose against Kobe. Pass to Bynum. And good off the glass as he lays it in. Bynum's got 6.
Nice bucket there. He isn't naturally quick, but he's deceptive. He kept the defense off balance and then took it to the rack.
Knocked loose. Rose against Kobe. Shot clock at 5. Kobe against Rose. Kept alive and finished off by Noah.
The coach loves to see that kind of effort. You know, go hard after that missed shot and then throw it down when you get it.
Well, it's something that maybe we don't see enough of, Clark. Such tenacity.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
Kobe, it's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. He's covered by Deng. With the fadeaway. Let's go with a 3. And it's our test missing. Here's Deng. No points for him. That will count. He played through 3 in the double-digit game going on here. You look at Kobe. The fourth quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back. Here's Kobe. Artest and Odom in at the forward slots. Steve Blake and Kobe Bryant in the backcourt. And Gasol. That's the Laker 5.
I got it.
Kobe against Deng. And Bryant kicks it to Odom. It's stolen by Rose.
Well, they still have the lead, but
Oh, and the jam by Rose.
oh my goodness, nobody stopped the ball. The D made that much too easy for him.
Here's our test. Shot, no good. So the Bulls will take it the other way. Outside Rose. Here's Dang. Off the mark with the 3 ball. Lakers leading by 9. Here's Odom. Connects from it. And close. Odom's got his second basket of the game. And it's the Bulls with the ball. They trail by 11. Here's Rose. Oh! Jams it home.
Nice play right there to stay with it. Beautiful.
And some changes here for the Lakers. Andrew Bynum's checked in for our test, and Matt Barnes is subbed in for Kobe. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Phil Jackson as he addressed his basketball team. He told them he wants to see how high they can build this lead. He said, this is no time to take it easy. We've got to keep the momentum and not let them breathe. Let's suck the life out of them now. Back to you guys.
Bynum, covered by Noah. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That's on Joakim Noah.
Wise foul there, Kevin. You can't give up the easy dunk.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
As a team, they've been perfect from the line in this half. They've made them all. That's a good job, and that's exactly what you want. When you're going to get to the line, take advantage of those freebies.
Now Barnes. The dump off. Here's Gasol. Drains the easy jumper. And the Lakers lead by 12.
When he gets it going like this, you've got to double team it. That's your only hope.
And the basket by Rose. Here's Blake. Just over 3 minutes left to the fourth. Takes a 3. The shot by Odom, no good.
Anytime a guy scores on you, it's natural that you want to go right back at him. But he couldn't match that last 3.
Here's Rose. Now Noah. Back to Rose. Stuffs it in.
He's doing as much as he possibly can out there. But his teammates have to carry their weight if they're going to have a chance to win.
Here's Blake. Back to Gasol. Here's Blake. He's covered by Rose. And the basket by Blake.
The defense has to know what's coming here. They've got to get to the shooters. I mean, it's that simple. Get out to the shooters and challenge the shot.
Got a piece of it.
Nice anticipation right there to snatch that one. It's hard to make a pinpoint pass from that far away. He couldn't get a hold of it. And Kev, that's only his first giveaway for the game.
Dang passes to Corver. Guarded now by Lamar Odom. Got a hand on it. And the Lakers have possession. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Goes up. And that's good on the layup. Not a lot of time left for the Bulls in this one. A 12-point game. The 3 from Corver.
His shot selection has been pedestrian at best. He's putting up a lot of junk, Kevin.
Here's Odom. Again, the miss by Odom.
He really needs to hit that consistently, or they'll just keep letting him shoot it.
And again, no good by Chicago.
With his shooting ability, he might as well have shot that one from half court. No chance.
Blake misses.
He went into the stratosphere to pull that one down. That man can elevate.
Pass to Boozer. Guarded now by Andrew Bynum. Boozer, no good.
He's been AWOL this quarter. When his team is down and in need of some scoring from him, he hasn't shown up. He's a great rebounder, especially for his size, and he's done a good job for them on the board.
Back to Rose. Turnover by the Bulls.
That was an ugly possession. They were out of sync completely, and the ball just sailed out of bounds.
And the Lakers with some changes. Ron Artest is checked in for Bynum. Kobe comes in for Matt Barnes. And Derek Fisher is subbed in for Steve Blake. Kobe, that's for 2. Rebound by Carlos Boozer.
When you settle for that kind of shot, that's a wasted possession. That is not a high percentage look.
And it's the Bulls with the ball. Down by 12. The 3 from Korver. Rebound by Ron Artest.
He's having a very poor half from long range. He can't find the net from there, and the defense knows it.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. And here comes Kobe. Uncovered. That's good. And the Lakers lead by 14.
They've got this one signed, sealed, and delivered, Kevin. Just play solid D and use as much clock as possible.
Here's Chicago.
Kevin, not much they can do right now. Time is not on their side.
Now here's Bryant.
Who got ball?
And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. Not much to be critical of with this win, Clark.
Not at all. I mean, they showed up not just to play, they showed up to give great effort and to win, and they did both.
Thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark Kellogg and
They break my stop.